Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and I'm John Avanti, and today we're going to be talking about why your computer, when you go on the internet, can be slow. There's a couple of reasons why your computer can have some lag when you're online, and there's a couple of ways that you can fix it. Now, one of the most obvious ways to fix your computer's internet speed is by simply deleting the cache on your desktop PC, your laptop, even your cell phone. So you can actually increase the internet connection and the speeds that you most likely expect from your machine is to simply go into your web browser and delete the cache memory that has been stored up over time that will slow down your computer. Because what happens is, whenever you start your computer starts to load programs and apps and all kinds of things into your RAM, which is random access memory, and that's where all the data that you have that your computer expects for you to use gets displayed onto your screen. So it goes to the random access memory, and then it gets processed through other channels on your computer, and ultimately it comes out on your monitor. So whenever you start your computer, you're gonna load Windows, that goes into your RAM. You're gonna load other programs that load up just so Windows can run. You're gonna have things plugged in that get stored into your RAM. So everything gets stored into your RAM. So if you have something like 8 gigabytes of RAM and you're running Windows 10, you're running all kinds of other different components that are related to what you do with your machine, it's going to take up memory on your RAM, which is going to slow down your computer. The RAM is going to have a harder time everything that's loaded onto the RAM. To relieve the amount of storage that goes onto your RAM is to eliminate the cache memory. Now, if you open up your computer and you do not open up a web browser, most likely the cache memory won't get loaded up onto your RAM, so you'll have some more free space in the RAM to process the information and to decipher or to decode the data that's coming into the RAM. So the other thing that can actually slow down your computer when you go on the internet is your internet connection. Internet connection meaning that your PC or your laptop came with an internet connection or not. Most laptops come with Wi-Fi connection, and most PC desktops like this didn't come with Wi-Fi connections because there are PCI slots that you can buy your own, or they came with simply a LAN port connection, which every router has a LAN connection that you plug in behind the router. It's usually a yellow square, and then it gets plugged into a like adapter in the back of your PC or your computer, and that's the fastest possible connection you can have, because it's just faster because the data goes right to your computer, and it just makes it so much easier for it to process. When you're using Wi-Fi, what happens is your Wi-Fi connector has to decode all the information that comes down through the web, and it's technically a radio signal. So it's receiving this radio signal of all this data, and it has to now decode all this data, process it, send it to your hard drive, and then bam, it goes to your RAM. Okay, and now your RAM has to process all this information as well. So the faster you can process the information that's coming into your computer, the faster it can go out to your RAM, and the cleaner that the information is processed, the more space you're going to free up on your RAM, because the slower your connection is, your RAM is just building up and making it slower. But the faster it goes there, it collects the data and sends it right out to your monitor. It's going to make your experience surfing the web a lot faster, especially if you have many windows open and you're watching a couple of videos, you're playing video games, you're listening to music, you have other things connected to it that are running on it, via USB. All of that information that everything, even your monitor, is stored into your RAM and it's ready to be sent out. That's why the more RAM you have, the faster your computer will be. But there are ways, if you don't have a lot of RAM, to speed up your computer. And one way is to get a faster internet connection. A lot of these laptops that you bought back in the day, even today, probably a internet connection, a brand new laptop is gonna come with like 150 megabytes of processing power. So it's gonna be 150 megabytes a second coming in through the Wi-Fi. So you're gonna have all this data coming in through your Wi-Fi, and it comes in and it can process 150 megabytes a second. That was good for back in the day, like something that can process maybe 50 megabytes a second, 100 megabytes a second, because the actual coding and the videos and everything that we were getting back then wasn't as complex as the data we get today, because the way they write the programs and the coding is a lot more complicated, and the files are a lot bigger because we want more quality. So let's say like 4K, 2.7K, 1440, 1080, 720, 640 is VGA, 480. So mainly, like, a lot of times if you have a very slow computer, your computer's gonna default to like 640 VGA, and that's sort of like the old television quality. When we had the tubes, we had 640, then we got 720, that was high definition, then we got 1080p, 1080pi, 2.7K, 4K, now we got 8K, I saw 12K. You really don't need all that. I mean, 720 is like perfect. In order to get better, faster connections and to run more windows, more browsers, what you want to do is you want to update your internet connection with a faster connection like this USB adapter. Now, this USB adapter is dual band, meaning that when you use Bluetooth, you're actually alleviating the random access memory, because you're calling to use your device. When you call it, it'll connect via Bluetooth, then it goes to the RAM. It doesn't store the data in the RAM waiting for you to call it. So all you simply need to do is go online or go to a nearby electronics store and buy one of these. This USB adapter is a Wi-Fi 5, meaning 5G perhaps. It can read 5G data, which probably whatever you have installed in your computer can't read 5G, but the 5G is basically what's out now. So this USB adapter can handle 5G. It can handle 600 megabytes a second versus what comes with your computer, which is 150 megabytes a second. So it'll read the data that's coming through the Wi-Fi, decode it, and send it out to your computer at a much faster speed. So now your RAM doesn't have to wait for the data to come up, because what can happen is, as your RAM, especially like if you have like 8 gigabytes, is waiting and you're doing other stuff, you can actually bog it down, and it can slow your computer down and even freeze it and perhaps even crash it. And that's why a lot of computers today crash. Or if you're on the internet and you're in a live stream and you're saying, wow, there's so much looping, and you're the host and you have like 8 people, 12 people on your panel, that internet connection that you have, and you're actually doing it on your laptop via Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi adapter you have just can't handle all that data that's coming in through your computer. Because if you're using a program that's able to host a panel, that program is very complex. There's a lot of things going on, and it's pretty big in order to handle all the people that's on your panel, all the voices, all the different things that it has to do. So you, as the host, needs the fastest internet possible in order to read all that data that's coming in. So rather than going out and saying, oh wow, I need a new hard drive that's gonna speed up my connection, what the hard drives do is it allows you to boot up your computer a lot faster. Yes, these will read and process information a lot faster than an HDD hard drive, which is a hard disk drive This is an SSD, which is a solid state drive. But if you simply max out the RAM on your computer and you get the fastest internet connection possible, your internet connection and experience will be dramatically improved. So this is John Avanti. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you guys again on the next video.